Or sorry, 6. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 6C.
I'll head over there.
Cool. So we've got MLG versus Lampy. Okay, this is one I want to watch. I'm going to walk down to the arena quickly before this starts. So yeah, Starfleet Commander, for those that don't know, is the team captain of we form Voltron. I always fumble that.
Volta.
I think Volta. There we go. I get that wrong every time. I get Voltron and Volta every time. I need to learn.
Volta,
Sorry,
Volta.
my bad.
I mean, you're thinking Voltron.
That is a cartoon though, right? Isn't it?
Vulture it's an alliance. Used to be one of the corps in my alliance used to be in that alliance, and that alliance is actually Reform Voltron used to be just a tournament alliance a long time ago.
Yeah. Two teams we've got on grid here are MLG and Lampy. So you might hear me call them VYDRA Reloaded or Lumpy, which is the ticker on Tiki. As I mentioned earlier, Lumpy have got a bunch of pilots who were in Camel Empire, and they've got a bunch of newer pilots as well. German guys, I think, for the most part. And also MLG are, I think, predominantly Russian, although I could be making that up.
Yeah,
they've
Russian.
got a mix
Russian,
of ex-Hydra players and I think Afterlife formerly as well.
I don't think so. I think it's just most of some Russian Hydra, but I think the Afterlife team and the Gorgon Empire team have merged into Afterlife.
Right. Okay. Cool.
But I'm not. You might be right there, actually.
I know Afterlife are not the Afterlife tournament team are not in Afterlife anymore. So the tournament team from last year, so to speak, I don't think they're in Afterlife anymore. So I think I believe so anyway. Could be wrong.
I saw Gorgon Empire's team going to Afterlife.
Okay, there you
might
know.
Nomada, Fafu Affa's lot. But maybe you're right. Maybe it's been Exodus. I don't know. Who knows? We'll find out, won't we?
So we've got the Macarial team is back from MLG. This interests me. It's Autic and Macarial team. Brawling Autic and Macarial is not something we see particularly often, but they do crop up from time to time. And have done for a number of years. They're not a complete surprise. They don't usually make it that deep into the tournament in terms of meta. But Macarial's, they've got a ton of hit points. Their damage application is pretty damn good, and they have a decent amount of range, and they've got damage selection as well. So it's a nice all-round ship, but not.
Your Logifrigs as well.
Yeah, double Kieran's. Am I saying it right? It is Kieran, isn't it?
Kieran, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to be really popular. For 10 points, you can get the same reps as you can for a regular T2 logistics. However, they do have issues in terms of range and agility. And but they have to get a lot closer to the target, which is a little bit risky. But in the hands of good pilots, I think you're going to see a lot of them.
It's 2 ships versus 1. I think that even though obviously it's less points and it gives you more maybe flexibility for your other ships, that's a pretty big chunk to give up.
Yeah.
One ship matters more in 10 than it used to in 12.
I'm more on the fence on that. I'm not really too see their use. I'm not really. I see how I'm not in charge of most of the theory crafting for my team, but the others are, and we've all discussed. And it's we see the uses, but I don't know.
I think.
Not sure.
I think they're going to be quite good for newer or, I don't know how to say this politely, less skilled teams, because I think they're going to be more forgiving. Whereas as pretty much everyone here is a tournament veteran, we know that the logistics pilot is probably the one you want to have the best actual pilot in. He cannot fuck up. Really. The other pilots in the team can make mistakes and they can kind of be rescued by other team members. If the logic pilot makes a serious fuck up, if he approaches instead of backs off and gets webbed, and game over kind of thing. So having that kind of responsibility split into 2 players could be an advantage for newer players, I think. If one of the logic frigates gets killed, maybe the other one can kite off and then come in at the end of the match and rescue the day. I don't know.
Another thing I'd say, yeah, but yes and no. The other logi pilot, you two need to communicate perfectly.
That is true. Yeah.
Depending on how you're fitted, you could be fitted AB, very slow turn times.
Yeah,
you got to keep your transversal up. You got to be careful. So yes and no.
So the match is just starting here. Lumpy have got double sweep or double confessor, purifier, and Neros, Eos, 2 Typhoon Fleet issues, and a crew. So this is like a classic Typhoon Fleet issue: rapid missile, tank and spank, the TD3s, and the links from Neos.
Look at the
and
confessor. Almost down.
Wow, okay, so I'm just locking up some of the ships here now. Yeah, Confessor of... He kind of went in a little bit close there. I think he kind of maybe fucked up a little bit. He's just about to explode.
He got neutered by the curse, got counter-grabbed. Yeah.
Ooh, Planet 6 caught him and like, just get some reps off, but he died. I'm going to guess maybe he wasn't in defense mode, because he died pretty quick there, even with full armor. I don't know, possibly. 2 Mikaros shooting at you while you're tackled and neutered is going to be pretty damn painful. So he's going to be getting bitch slapped on comms by his FC. Possibly as they navigate now. So the rest of the Lumpy team is kind of grouped up, and it looks like the Typhoon Fleet issues are taking the charge around to the back line of the MLG team. MLG have got double Kyrian, Sveeple, Curse, Kitsune, Nemesis, Raptor, Sleipnir, double Macario. I'm not sure the bomb has much use in this setup. I guess it's kind of useful. A lot of teams are still kind of hanging on to that from last year, aren't they?
I think Bombers are going to be strong this year still.
I don't know.
I mean, they just bring so much DPS.
I like them.
It's applicable from anywhere. You know, if you can actually keep them alive, it's fantastic. If they die, they're useless.
Yeah.
But as long
It's
as
not
you
just
can
the
keep them
damage.
away.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's
Both
high
teams are
sensor
using
strength mid slots that you get for 3 points.
True.
Exactly. Hoodie knows.
And I think that they're being less like. I think they, you know, if you talked about it in 80, oh, the ship just died there. I missed which one it was. If you look like in 80-12, 11, when it was just sentry spam ever, they wouldn't have lasted a heartbeat, so they would have been a complete waste of points. Whereas now with like damps not being as effective, tracking strips not being as effective, they do have like kiting off is kind of easier, I guess, for these small ships.
And that ship that died was a crewer, by the way.
Okay, crewer from Lumpy's team.
Of Lampy.
Yeah, okay, so Lampy losing a couple of tackle frigates here. MLG having no problems keeping theirs alive. Lampy have caught Lucy Liu in the curse now, and it looks like they're about to dogpile on top of him. So he's not going too slowly. No, they're not. They're trying to get a tackle on him, but it doesn't look like they have. He's just managed to escape tackle. Looks like Wheelglass, I love that name, in Sveeple has counter-screened and managed to free Lucy Liu. So he's taking quite a lot of damage now, but he's not tackled, so I'm going to guess he'll be able to cut it off and manage that. He is, having said that though, he is taking into 60% shield. He's probably getting volleys from those heavy rapid missile launches. It's turning out into a bit of a scrum here now. The kind of delicate piloting has gone out of the window. We're seeing more of that now, which is interesting. I think a lot of the setups are just kind of like once one team commits, that's it. It kind of just evolves into a big brawl now. I think with there being less E-War on grid, like there's just basically both sides have got DPS, tackle, tank, links. That's it. It's like
those Macarials are really powerful. I'm shocked. I mean, I obviously Typhoon Fleet issues were really good last year, but I've just never seen Macarial like focus do this well. The Alpha's really just
they
slowly
are hammering
but
the
surely
shit out
picking apart
of the
Lampy.
Lumpy team, and Lumpy's Planet 6 is actually caught now. Although they're not even bothering to primary him, they've just pinned him down. They've got ECM drones all over him, and he's possibly neutered as well.
Well, yeah, they've got a curse on top of him.
So yeah, so he's kind of, they're just disabling him with Evor, and they're not worrying about NCOH, and they're killing the other stuff. She's kind of like textbook kind of pro maneuver, I guess. Interesting, these Macarials though, they've had free reign. They've not had any tackle. Look at them, funny. Would you bother tackling Macarial? Or would you go, well, it's got such good damage protection anyway, we might as well just focus on the other stuff?
Surprised, like, they take one with this profile, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have thought, like, they're not that tanked. I was just quickly, mate, what ship are you in? So
Me, I'm in a cheater.
Are you just uncloaked?
Are you in fleet? Yeah, I'm uncloaked. They tend to have cover-ups off their overview and don't tend to get pissy about it. Some teams do, in which case I just move on to another match, to be honest. That's my cheater fit. You can watch with me at 0 if you're in fleet.
Yeah, I got it from Hoodie. I wanted to watch.
This is an interesting match. It's not over. MLG have definitely taken the advantage, but Lumpy have not given up. Having said that, they've just lost a Typhoon Fleet issue that didn't have locked up, so it's definitely swinging MLG's direction now. Lumpy having lost a Typhoon Fleet issue, they haven't lost their links or their Logi yet, so they could potentially rescue this, but they've got damage on a Sveeple and both of their Sveeples rather are taking armor damage, so they're gonna, yeah, okay, so Planet 6 can't keep both of them up. He's rescued Vendettus in the Sveeple, but the other one died. Ooh, energy neutralizer drones have just popped up on my view. Apparently, I have them on my overview. I'll take them off. I guess they're separate from EMOD drones, are they, in terms of categorization? Don't see them very often. So there is actually neuting drones out from MLG now.
Yeah, the Curse is using them.
Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't seen those used for a long time. So the Curse is neglecting its damage bonus there for extra neuting drones? Like, is that... Wow, okay.
Well, I think he's just doing it at the end of the match. It doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think it's not worth it unless you, like, in 8011, we used them in one match and Dolan loved it, but it's not really worth it.
Yeah.
You need like everything in the setup. Every ship in the setup has to have it, otherwise it's just not worth it.
Yeah, yeah.
I was surprised though. I think this may show that one of the few real big changes of the 12 versus 10 is the Typhoon Fleet issue with the Rapid Lights may not be, or the Rapid Heavies may not be as effective. You may just not have the alpha that you had once before, and if that's true, it just may not be effective.
I think it's still, I think the Typhoon Fleet issue, like the archetype, is still legit. I just think there's other stuff that's a bit more stronger. I'm not saying that Max is strong. I don't personally like Max, to be honest.
There are a lot of points.
Oh, I don't like Max either. I was shocked.
Being pirate battleships, there are quite a lot of points. So you put in, is it 21 now? Oh shit.
Yeah.
I really haven't played.
Yeah, they're really expensive.
As much work as I should have done so far, but yeah, they're really expensive in terms of points. So if you get 2 of those, that's like almost, not quite half, but a big chunk of the points.
Well, you have to get your Logi, and you have to get your links in. So that's almost like, what is it, like 70 points just to get your course?
Yeah. So I guess that's why the double Logi freaks do actually help in that situation, because they mean you're spending less. Because Logis are 15 points now, I believe. So by having double Logi points, you're still getting the same repping power. We've discussed issues about being difficult in terms of piloting and stuff, but for 5 less points, it's quite good for the same amount of repping power. Well, almost. So that's
75 points for 2 Max, command ship, and a Logi.
Yeah,
that's 4 ships.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah, only a lot, man. Basically, the rest is tackle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I mean, they got a Nemesis in there. They got people. I mean, it's not like they did well with the ships that they could use after using Macarials. But I agree. I think there were better choices than Macarial to do the same thing.
Sure.
I also just realised that the Lumpy team has actually got some. Basically, they've got some Thera people in there as well. I just noticed. We've got the Ukabum and Barley, Thera guys from, like, one of them's from Aquila, and the other corp is from a German corp that joined Lumpy specifically for the AT.
Yep, I think they're going to be a good team. I think they're going to be strong.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I agree.
If they polish,
I think this is their first practice actually today.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
It's hard to tell, isn't it, that early on whether or not a team's going to be good. But I think they've. Yeah, I mean, look at those pilots you've just mentioned. They've got the potential to be
Barley,
certainly a top 8, certainly a top 8, if not top 14, possibly.
You got